What's up, guys? War here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be going through an updated sorceress leveling build for Path of Exile 2. I know we're still a little bit into the early access and everything, and people are just really ecstatic about playing sorceress and playing Spark because of how strong it is. Now, we did do a leveling guide before, but I'm updating it and just bringing you guys a brand new one. So in this video, we're going to be going over all the skills, all the gear, everything that you guys need to get through acts 1, 2, and 3 on normal and cruel. Yes, this will work for both, and it'll carry you all the way through, and you guys won't have any issues doing this. So first, let's go ahead and break down into this. We're going to be separating this into 3 different sections: 1 to 21, so the early acts; 21 to 45 for the mid game, and then 45 to 65 plus to get into maps. This will get you all the way through cruel mode, and it's a very, very fun build. I know that a lot of people are not too thrilled about Spark, but it is what it is, and this build is really, really fun. So let's get right into it. Spark is going to be our first and main skill. You're going to get this skill around level 1 right off the gate, and you're going to use the skill all the way to the end. Spark is going to be what you see on the screen, just spreading sparks all over the screen and destroying absolutely everything in our path. To start, we are going to combine this with Arcane Tempo as well as Pierce to go ahead and be able to pierce through all of our enemies and deal massive amounts of damage. Next, we are going to be going with Flame Wall. Flame Wall is going to be our damage enhancing ability to help with Spark. We're going to be casting down flame walls, and then when we shoot a spark through it, it's going to give us an increase of damage. We're going to pair this with persistence as well as spell cascade and or fortress. You could pick either one. Both are very, very strong for firewall. In addition to that, those are going to be our first skills that should carry us all the way through until we get to the mid game. But as soon as you can, grab Orb of Storms. This is going to be a damaging enhancer, dealing additional lightning damage to everything that comes within that AoE, and if we're close enough, we're going to be dealing some additional damage towards it. We want to pair this with Execution and Controlled Destruction, which is just going to be really, really strong for us to deal some extra damage and just kind of clear out all the little mobs. Now, these things are going to get us through to level 21 and should carry us all the way through. Next, as soon as we can, we're going to be going in and going to the mid game, which is going to be our 21 to 45 range. And we're going to be taking these skills and updating them. So we're going to have Spark with the same thing. We're going to be doing Pierce, Arcane Tempo. We got Flame Wall with Persistence and Spell Cascade. We are going to be adding Frost Bomb with Glaciation. This is just going to add some extra damage and some exposure, which is really great and just hits all of our elements. That's going to be really good. And then as soon as you guys can, you're going to add Mana Tempest. This is going to help with the mana issues of just firing off as many sparks as humanly possible. To support this, we're going to do Premedition, and we're going to be doing Inspiration for the cost, which is going to make it very, very easy. These skills will carry you all the way through until you get into Cruel. And once you get to Cruel, then we're going to go into our 45 plus, which is just going to be great. We're going to be using the same thing, but we're going to be adding some additional support gems to Spark, and that is going to be Acceleration as well as Considered Casting, and both of these are going to be a huge damage multiplier for us. We're not adding anything to Flame Wall, Frost Bomb, or Orb of Storms, but we will be keeping Mana Tempest in here, and none of those will actually change. So just improving Spark will be great. Now, if you are using an alternate account, or not account, but another character, you've been playing on another one, a lot of this is going to be really easy for you to get. But keep in mind, make sure that you are leveling up all of your gems as frequent as possible, with Spark being the main one that you want to level up as you're going through the campaign. Now let's get into the passive tree, guys. I have an entire guide here just going through with the different levels that you need to do from 1 to 21 to 45 and 45 plus. So what we're going to be doing in this tree, guys, is we are going to be starting on the left side with Stormweaver. You are going to want to select Stormweaver over Chronomancer for this build. And the main 2 powers that you want to get, don't worry about Scourging Winds. You want to come down to get Constant Gale, so you get the Arcane Surge, as well as Force of Will for even more mana and damage. So to start, we're going to come up this left side. We're going to grab Raw Power. We're going to grab Open Mind, Pure Energy, Practical Signs, and then Path of Storms, leading all the way up to Breath of Lightning, as well as Exploit the Elements. And then we're going to come up here and grab Breaking Point with All Natural. After that, you want to come up straight here, and you're going to come over to this side, and we're going to grab Branching Bolts, Lightning Quick, Drenched, and we're going to come up and grab Arcane Intensity, Ether Flow, Raw Mana, and then, of course, Pure Power for the lightning damage. Additional notes we're going to take is Preservation, as well as Mental Alchemy. And then we're also going to be taking Touch the Arcane, just for some more increased effect of Arcane Surge on us. So this is the path that you're going to want to take. In addition, we're going to get Mana Blessing, as well as Insightfulness for even more mana and regeneration, and Energy Shield. So this is going to be the path that you guys want to take leading up to this. That's just going to really deck out your character. I do have this broken down for each step that you guys need as you're progressing through here. Now, as far as gear on the actual character itself, there's really only a few pieces that you need. You need to get a wand that is going to give you +3 to all level of lightning spells. If you can get a +2, that is fine. But you really just want this going through the campaign with a plus to all lightning skills, increased spell damage, as well as increased mana, and anything else that you can get is absolutely great. As far as the rest of your gear, you're really just going to be looking at trying to get mana, and then hit your reses, energy shield, things like that as you're going through the campaign, as you continue to find these items. The same thing on your rings. If you can get additional cast speed, then that is great. Now, as far as uniques, what you're really looking for once you get towards the end game is an Everlasting Gaze. That really works. There's also some very strong basic gear I'll come show you for leveling that you guys can use. The Windowless sandals are really great to start off. These are the best movement speed boots in the game. This is very, very strong. You can also use the Rawhide belt for just more strength and life. This is very good to start with your build. You can also do the North Paw bracers for more damage, which is great. Outside of that, you could do things like the Carnage Heart Amber amulet. You could do the Blackheart Iron Ring for more damage. But outside of these basic items, these are really the only ones you need. All of these items are relatively cheap on the market, with the exception of the Everlasting Gaze. But if you can get this, then this will be a huge mana boost and damage boost for you as well. Now, into the closing thoughts of the build. This build is very, very strong for leveling. It's one of the best in the game for sure for sorceresses, unless you want to play the stat stacking build. This is just really, really fun and straightforward. The rotation of the skills are very, very easy. All you're going to do is throw down Firewall, cast everything down, and then just absolutely destroy stuff. It is very, very strong. You're just going to kind of move through and just cast absolutely everything, and then everything will die. Spark is super, super good for all of these monsters, just killing bosses, just killing massive waves of monsters. It is super good. So yeah, guys, that is the build guide. I hope that this really does help you out. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below if you guys have any other questions about leveling. I know we're a little bit into the early access first league until we can get the reset, the currency reset that will be coming here soon. But I thought for all new players that are playing, I thought I would update the guide and give you something you could strive for if you want to make a new character or just sorceresses in general. So make sure to like the video, guys. Comment down below. And as always, stay gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.